Hello, my name is Royce. I just bought the brand new Batman Heroclix set. I just wanted to do a top 10 video which shows off my top 10 favorite Heroclix Batman from the Batman No Man's Land set and the Dark Knight Rises set. I really like the Dark Knight Rises set, so that's why I've included it in this list. This is a top 10 of my personal opinion. It's not just based on the game, it's based on the sculpt, my favorite characters, and what I like about them. It's a personal opinion. Hold your own opinions, put it in the comments, and let's go down. We'll start at number 10.
At number 10, I have Two-Face from the Dark Knight Rises set. At his point value of 65, he has a lot going on for him, besides just his really cool sculpt. And the fact that I really like the Two-Face character from the Dark Knight movie. Coming in at number 9 is Dick Grayson, which is from the Batman No Man's Land set. He is almost represented in the same way that he was in the movie Dark Knight Rises. He as well is at a low cost of 60 points. He has the police team ability, and his stats are pretty good. He starts with stealth, which works great with a bunch of the Batman pieces, because they have stealth part of their team ability. He has the alter ego ability, which is fun. He has combat reflexes, toughness, and pretty good point values for his 60 point cost. Overall, I really like the sculpt too. I like all of the cops, I like the cop sculpts, and the fact that this is Robin just adds to that. At number 8, it's Grifter. When I first saw they were going to have Grifter a part of this set, I got really excited. I always liked the character, I liked his look. I thought he's an amazing looking sculpt. His paint job is great as well. For 88 points, he's a great value for everything he has. He has the sharpshooter ability with penetrating psychic blast, willpower, running shot. With a 10 attack, he's someone to be recognized. He also has one of my favorite special abilities that will appear later on this list too. The quick fire ability allows a ranged combat attack, and after it resolves, that means if it hits or misses, he may make a second ranged attack as a free action. He can target the same character twice with a ranged combat attack, hit or miss. The details are amazing. And his stats are good too. His abilities are fitting for the character, and for 88 points, he's great to have on the team. With no surprise being on the list, at number 7, it's the new Batman from the Batman Heroclix set. He's very playable at 200 points and 100 points, and 60 points as the alter ego. This is one of the best Batman they've ever created. His stats are amazing, his click is long, and the sculpt is amazing too. The paint job is perfect. At number 6 is a character I'm not familiar with at all. Batwing. Has a flight ability, is only 75 points, and has great stats. And an interesting card. Willpower, regeneration, perplex, and support. Not a lot of these characters have support, especially the ones that can attack as well. I think he's a well-balanced figure that can attack, he can support, he can perplex. He has a lot going on. The flight ability, energy shield deflection, and the Batman TA. For 75 points, you can't beat. At number 5, from the Dark Knight Rises set, it's Bane at 90 points. There's a couple of variations of this Bane using the same sculpt, but they're different, a lot different. For 90 points, you really get your points worth out of him. The sculpt is amazing, plus it's Bane, which was one of the only good characters from the Dark Knight Rises. I'm not the biggest fan of the actual movie, but the set that came out is great. I love the abilities he has, especially his special ability on his attack. He can use ranged combat expert as if he had a range of 8. With perplex, So he could either perplex up his attack to a 10, perplex down a defense, or perplex up his damage to a total of 5 damage with a range of 8. He's really something else. For 90 points, he really is a beast. He can do a lot of damage really quickly, and he looks cool. At number 4, we have the absolute powerhouse of the set, Big Barda. Now, I typically don't like to use characters that I'm not really familiar with, but in this case, you have to make an exception. Being a unique character, she has some great values here. With her 2 special powers that she can use when she wants, she's really amazing. And one of the only characters I've noticed that has Impervious in this set. With regeneration later on her dial, she's going to be tough to take out. At number 3, and this may be surprising, but not for me, from the Dark Knight Rises set, is Batman at 75 points. For 75 points, I don't think you could get a better Batman than this. His stats are great. His click is great. His sculpt is amazing. His paint job is great. He's shiny in parts that he needs to be shiny, and he's flat in parts where he needs to be flat. I'm a huge fan of the Dark Knight and the Dark Knight series, so this is perfect for me and right up my alley. The fact that he works well on the map and on a team is even more better. He has so many options. Starts out with a 12 attack, 2 damage with exploit weakness. This is the type of character that's either going to get as close as possible and start doing damage, and can absolutely do that with his Indomitable, or he can wait in the shadows until the opponent comes to you and start doing some major damage. At number 2, another choice that may be surprising for some, but not for me, is Sergeant Gordon from the Dark Knight Rises set, at 50 points. He has the police team ability and some amazing stats. He has a special ability that he uses throughout his dial, that he can use any of the following powers and abilities if he begins his turn adjacent to characters that can use them. This includes carry, charge, flight, leap climb, running shot, and swim. He can be played on pretty much any team that gets made and use their abilities along with his own great abilities. He has the same ability that Grifter has. If you give him a ranged combat action, after it resolves, he can make a second as well. With willpower, he can do that twice in a row. A total of 4 attacks for 2 points each. With another character that has Perplex, that can be a 3. With another police team on the team, the defense will go down by 1 of the opposing character. He's very playable. The scope looks great. It's spot on for Sergeant Gordon. He looks like he does in the movies. 50 points, very playable. Can work with almost any team. And at number 1, which shouldn't be a surprise, is the chase that I pulled. The Batman in the Green Lantern style. I just like how he looks a lot. He's black and green. Reminds me of Halloween. He's got a blue base. Besides just being a chase, he's an amazing figure. They did a great job on his sculpt. I like when they mix the painted character with the translucent powers that they have. From any angle, he looks cool. Very dynamic pose, and works very well with the character and who he's supposed to be. I'm not a big fan of Green Lantern, but in this case, I can't deny how cool this is. Special ability that he can use telekinesis. Wow, a Batman that can use telekinesis. You never thought you'd seen the day. Outwit as well, ranged combat expert, energy shield deflection. The one thing I typically don't like about Batmans is how much they want to give Batman toughness. I think in this day and age, toughness as an ability just isn't enough defense. Well, with an 18 defense on this guy and the ability to use stealth, he also has invulnerability, which is very critical, and I'm so glad that we have a Batman like this. Do you have your own favorites from the set? Maybe you pulled different characters than I did. Please post your comments on the comment section, and subscribe if you like. Thanks for watching.